Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about some of the important things I think that Samsung needs to fix when it comes to the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S21. And I hope that these things have been addressed. The Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, well the Note 20, I can't stand that phone, but the Note 20 Ultra is a really, really good phone and arguably the best Note ever made. Yes, I mean, we can get into semantics on that. Some other ones, I mean, some people really love the Note 7. Heard it was explosive. But either way, so the Note 20 Ultra, I really like this phone for a lot of reasons. It's probably the best vlogging camera that's out there. You've got the S Pen. You can use that for a remote. You can use your earbuds to connect to that and use it as a microphone, a wireless microphone. I really enjoy some of this stuff. It's a fantastic phone. It's got a big, beautiful display, 120 hertz refresh rate, and I think that they did a pretty stellar job. But there are a couple key areas, three things, in fact, that really kind of irk me as I use this phone on a day-to-day basis, and I'm going to talk about that in this video. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now, let's talk about the Note 20 Ultra and what they need to fix. Talking about the things that need to be improved upon or fixed on the S21 moving up from the Note. They are different devices, but there are some things that have kind of been going on with Samsung for a while that they just kind of passed the buck on to each iteration of the phone and supposedly gets fixed or gets better, but still doesn't really. The first one that I want to talk about is the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. I will say this is the best iteration yet. It was terrible on the S20, then it was just terrible on the Note 10, and then it got maybe slightly better with the S20, and on this one, yeah, it's pretty snappy, pretty responsive, unless you put a screen protector on it. And then it's like the Wild West. I mean, who knows if it's going to work, who knows when it's going to work, who knows what it's going to work with if you put a screen protector on there. Without a screen protector, I found that it was pretty quick and pretty accurate, so I didn't have too many complaints there. I don't know how they can address this though, because the way that they do this is they use the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor instead of the optical one, which uses a different type of mechanic to scan your fingerprint, and it's more secure, which is good. We want things that are more secure. The problem is it has to pass through additional layers on your phone. So when you put a glass screen protector on there, when you put a film style screen protector, and I have a very, very thin film style one on here, and I've been having issues since day one. I haven't actually used my Note lately because I've been using other phones like the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Also my Z Flip 5G, which I totally love. And the Z Flip 5G has one important thing that I totally love, and that is the physical fingerprint sensor. Over here. I absolutely love it. It's very quick, very responsive, very accurate. When it comes to this one, I've timed it out 3 times today. This is the first time I've put my SIM card back in here in weeks. And it's already enough for me to take my SIM card out because it drives me absolutely insane. So, philosophically, what's the point of having a really secure biometric if it never works? If you're trying to make your phone more secure. So, if you want to put a screen protector on there, the only one I've really had any luck with is the Whitestone Dome glass, and it's kind of a thick piece of glass on here. I really like having the film style ones, especially when it comes to the curved edge displays, but the Whitestone Dome glass worked really well with the S20 Ultra, so I can imagine it probably works well on here too, but that shouldn't be the only option, and you shouldn't have to go buy a $50, $60 screen protector just so you can use the fingerprint sensor with your phone. So I don't know what Samsung needs to do to address this, but I find it problematic, and it really, really irks me a lot. So that's number one. The second thing, battery life. Battery life on this for me has been abysmal. It has been terrible. It has been horrible. And I've had days where I've only got 4.5 hours of screen on time with this thing, with everything maxed out. That's typically how I roll. I have the brightness maxed out at like the 80% bar, whatever it is, before it tells you if you go past this, then it's going to be over bright, it's going to damage the battery, whatever. I only do that when I go out in the sunshine. I have it maxed out as high as you can put it without that warning though. I don't have adaptive battery on. I don't have adaptive brightness on. I have 120 hertz on. I use this phone as I believe it's intended to be used in the way I prefer to use it, and battery life sucks. I'm just going to say it. I mean, maybe I can squeak out 5 hours on a good day of screen on time. That would be fine if it were like a 3000 milliamp battery. This is a 4500 milliamp battery. That is huge. That is a lot of power. And they need to find a way to maximize that better. And I know some people have got good battery life out of it, but I know a lot. Like, I know a lot of people that have had serious battery life issues with this phone. So I don't know if it's the Snapdragon 865 Plus, because the batteries seem to be pretty good in the S20 Ultra. I don't know if it's the adaptive refresh rate, the way that it works with the screen. Maybe it's that technology. Maybe it's the 5G. Maybe it's all things compounded together. Maybe it is. Who knows? They need to fix it. It needs to be consistent across the board. With a 4500 milliamp battery and a flagship Samsung phone, it really should get me at least 7 hours of screen on time before the sucker dies. And it doesn't. I've never gotten over 6. I don't even think. So really, at about 4 hours and 45 minutes, I'm like, well, time to plug it in. And maybe ultra fast charging would help that out too. If we could get like some 65 watt charging like the OnePlus has, then that would go a long way too. But that's something that I think really needs to be addressed. They need to fix the inconsistencies in the battery. They need to find a way to maximize the power. So that's it. Whenever it comes to this, it needs more power. It's supposed to be a productivity device. Moving over to the S21, it's not always been known as a productivity device, but it's going to have S Pen support now, which means you'll be able to do basically all the things you'll be able to do with this. There are people that say the Note's going to go away after this upcoming iteration. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but they're adding S Pen support to the S21 line and also the Fold 3. That puts this phone line on notice, and also it means that you can do more productivity features with the S line, which I think is great because it opens up this wide world of opportunity for people who like the S line and don't want a Note, and then you can go ahead and you can buy it. So there you go. They need to find a way to maximize this because you're going to have a lot of people that are going to adopt this and need the power. Last but not least, the facial recognition technology on here is just about as terrible as the fingerprint sensor. And it's just simple face scanning. This is the prestige line of the Galaxy lineup. I mean, it's the Note. It should have real biometrics on here, like LG did it with their face scanning technology. Google did it with the Pixel 4 and their face scanning technology. Apple has done it with Face ID, and for years and years, Samsung has been relying on this very, very inefficient, very subpar facial scanning that you get in like a $100 Android phone. It's nothing special in this phone. It's nothing unique to it, and it doesn't work half the time. If there's any extra sunlight, maybe if you put your glasses on, if you're at a bad angle, it's not good, and it's not as secure as it should be. When you talk about secure biometric technology, you want something that's only going to recognize your biometric characteristics, your biological characteristics. You want something that's only going to unlock for you. Can it be spoofed? I don't know. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just saying it needs to be more secure, and it needs to work. It needs to work reliably. Now, some people say, oh, it works for me. That's great. I'm very happy for you. I've been having problems with it since the Note 10 and the S10 phone. It's just not good. I mean, they used to have the iris scanner, which I think might have been better, but this one, I really feel like they took a back seat to Apple over the last 3 years with these phones. Yeah, if this were like a $300 or $400 Android phone, I really wouldn't care. I wouldn't care at all because that would just be a nicety, not an expectation of greatness. When you have a $1,300 phone like you have in the Note 20 Ultra, and then when you look at whatever price the S21 is going to be, I can guarantee you the Ultra is going to be over $1,000, and it's still going to have the crappy facial recognition technology if they don't fix it. So these are the 3 things that really need to be addressed in this new phone. Hopefully they have been fixed. Hopefully this is something we're going to see when they announce it here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be like, oh wow, this is great. They have fixed it. And hopefully that means they will have listened to all the people who've been complaining about it over the last year or two. Like, these things are not unique to the Note 20 line. They're not unique to the S20 line. They're not unique to the Note 10 and S10 line. This has been going on for a long time. They need to find a way to squeeze more battery life out of the phone because they're throwing all these features in here like the adaptive refresh rate, the 120 Hz refresh technology, big AMOLED screens that suck up a lot of juice. They're going to have to find a way to squeeze more power out, get the fingerprint sensor working better, especially when you want to put protective things on like a case and a screen protector, and they need to get the facial recognition up to speed. Like, not this stuff that you're going to find in like a $100 phone. They need to have legitimate facial recognition technology. So those are the 3 things that I really want to talk about in this video that I think are important and are important enough that I think that they need to address them moving forward. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.